Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am so happy to be doing this today because I've been wanting to do it for so long now, is make my own applesauce. So we are going to actually do this in the Instant Pot today. And the ingredients are really simple, obviously, which is apples. And I've done a little bit of research on what are the best apples, and everything that I've come up with basically is use a variety. Don't use just one apple. So we are going to be using Gala apples today. I also have some Snapdragon apples, and let me just tell you, these are from Aldi. All this is from Aldi. These apples, my kids, I need to make my applesauce because they're about ready to eat them all. They said these are the best apples. They love them. So my bag is halfway gone already. But that's okay, I still have enough. And some green apples. I got green Granny Smith apples here. All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do 6 of each of the Gala apples and the Snapdragon. And I'm gonna do 2 of the green, just to kind of give it a little bit of tartness. I really love the green apple. It's probably my favorite. If I were to like pick up an apple and just wanna munch on one, that would be the green. I'm not really a big fan of the red apples. However, I do love a good, tasty applesauce. And what better way to do it than homemade, right? The 2 seasonings I'll be using is ground cinnamon and nutmeg. And if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Rhonda, and I am following a whole food plant-based diet. My journey so far, I've lost about 55 pounds. I would like to still lose about 50 more pounds. Also happy to report that my resolution for the year is to at least walk a mile a day, and or I'm finding if that mile doesn't work because of weather or whatever the case, I'm making sure that I'm getting 10,000 steps in one way or another. And I'm happy to say that I have accomplished that so far this year. And I've also lost 3 pounds doing that this year alone. So great, positive results. This way of eating has been wonderful for me. I can eat a large quantity, which I am a quantity eater for sure. I hope you follow along and subscribe today if you're new. But let's go ahead and make some homemade applesauce. All right, so give your apples a nice good wash and cut out any of the bad spots. All right, now that they're all clean, watch me struggle here trying to use the apple core. Yeah, that was a complete fail. Look at that. Didn't even center. Unbelievable. All right, so go ahead and use a knife. It's going to be much easier. You'll see. All right, forget the apple core, and here's our knife. Look, much better. You could just cut around the core. Brilliant idea on my part, I must say. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up all these apples. Just a tip, go ahead and soak your apples while you're cutting them up so they don't turn brown on you. All right, so I have all my apples right here, pretty good amount. I'm gonna strain this because I had some water in it so they wouldn't kind of get brown on me while I was slicing them up. So I'm gonna put some of them in here now. And again, I'm just putting them in my Instant Pot. I have an 8-quart Instant Pot. I got it for Christmas and I love it. I have a 6-quart as well, but it had been acting up. So I think I had dropped the lid one too many times basically. And it wasn't sealing properly. So anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stick these in here. And feel free to add any sweeteners. I'm just gonna, if I want any sweeteners, I would probably add just a little bit of agave. But I think it's gonna be okay. We're gonna use a cinnamon and nutmeg and also lemon juice, which I just squeezed a fresh lemon. So for our cinnamon, we're gonna do a teaspoon. I just love cinnamon. Cinnamon's so good for you too, especially for like high blood sugar and things like that. And also, I think it's good for blood pressure as well. We have our nutmeg, which is brand new, so I'm gonna have to open that up. It smells so good. I just love these smells, right? And for the nutmeg, I'm just doing 1/8 of a teaspoon. Something small. Don't want to overpower it with nutmeg. And then for our lemon juice, I'm gonna do a full tablespoon. All right. So that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna give it a mix and just kind of coat everything. And it's just so simple. You just put in a cup of water because you know your apples are gonna release quite a bit of liquid as well. All right, here's a cup. I'm gonna just put that in there. All right, so put the lid on. We are going to turn it on pressure cook, high pressure. And I'm gonna do 25 minutes and then just let that cook down. It'll really soften those skins as well. So when you blend it, those skins are just gonna blend right into the applesauce, which is really good for fiber as well. But yeah, we're gonna let this cook and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so the timer just went off. I am gonna go ahead and get my blender out. I did a natural release on that as well. I couldn't remember if I mentioned that, but oh goodness, it looks so good. If you could smell it, I'm so excited. I hope my kids like this. Funny enough, I've never made homemade applesauce. I know, right? Ooh, that's what it looks like. And look how soft. Everything is just completely mush now. So I'm going to use my slotted spoon here and get everything in my blender. I'm going to put this off to the side actually. Oh, it smells so good. I need a smaller counter just for me so I can reach everything. And I'm just going to be really careful. Try not to break everything up because we're not going to use all this liquid, right? However, I am gonna make it cold because it should just be essentially apple juice, right? So I'm gonna do this. It's gonna take a minute to get all this done. And I will say my blender, I'm gonna have to let this cool a little bit. I know some of the blenders you're allowed to blend hot items, and mine, you can't do that. I would love one of those Vitamix blenders, the ones that you can actually cook in. This one you can't. I mean, it's a good blender. It's treated me well. But, yeah. Oh, the aroma is amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. I'm doing pretty good not to break everything up into pieces. If it tastes as good as it smells, we're in for some good stuff. Got a good amount of liquid. I'm gonna actually strain the liquid just to get any extra fiber from the apples and have that really finely strained. I'm gonna let this cool. We'll get back to you so we can blend it up. So if you remember, we only put a cup of liquid in there to cook, and this is what we ended up with. Almost a full mason jar size. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna put that in the fridge. Look at how beautiful that is. All right, so I got my Ninja blender here, and what I'm gonna do, since mine isn't like one that you can cook in, I'm going to lift this up so it releases the heat. And I'm just gonna pulse it a little bit just to kind of get it started. That way we're not dealing with a full explosion, right? Okay, let's put that down. Just a little bit. Okay, so I have a food puree option. I'm gonna use that now. truth. It looks good. Smells good. It's gotta be good, right? Let's see. Woohoo. The consistency is amazing. It's so smooth. All right, so I have some little smaller mason jars like this, and I'm gonna pour my applesauce into each of these. All right, so what is a closing without a taste test? Oh my goodness, look at the consistency. How amazing is that? All right, here we go. So it's warm, you can see it's a little hot, but wow, please give this a try. I am not even a huge applesauce fan. Like, I don't buy it at the store, but it was something I've been wanting to try, and this is downright perfect. Perfect. Now, if you don't want to make such a big batch, that's okay. You always just want to use a cup of the water so your, your apples have something to start cooking in. Because as we know with the Instant Pot, you just need that 1 cup of water. Amazing. You can put this in a bowl, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on it. I hope you give it a try. Let me know in the comments below.